Hello friends. In this video, I'm gonna show you my 5-step process for ranking number 1 in YouTube. If you are new to our channel, please like the video and share with your friends and families. Also subscribe the channel to get timely notifications. Let's continue. Today, you're gonna learn the 5 most influential video SEO ranking factors. Unfortunately, most of the advice that I initially read about ranking in YouTube didn't work. You know the advice I'm talking about. Put your keyword in your video description. Put keywords in your video file name. Write 20 tags for every video. Sure, this stuff can help, but it's not gonna rocket your video to the top of Google or YouTube. Why? Because everyone on YouTube is doing the exact same thing. After trying all the generic advice that I read and getting nowhere, I decided to run a bunch of experiments. And that's when I learned what really works. Specifically, I discovered YouTube's 5 most important ranking factors. These are ranking factors that very few people know about. Once I applied these ranking factors to my videos, my rankings shot to the roof. And now it's time for me to share these 5 ranking factors with you. Let's start with step number 1, which is to create and publish long videos. You may have noticed that longer videos tend to perform better in YouTube. Why? Well, YouTube's most important ranking factor is your video's total watch time. As you probably know, the more of your video people watch, the better it tends to rank. That's called audience retention, which is an important ranking factor. For example, let's say that you just published 2 different videos. Video 1 is 2 minutes long and video 2 is 10 minutes long. And let's say that each video gets 1,000 views and the audience retention for both videos is exactly the same, 50%. That means that on average, people watch half of your video. The total watch time for the 2-minute video would be 1,000 minutes. But for the longer video, that video's watch time will be 5,000 minutes. That means that video number 2 will have 5 times the watch time of video number 1. Which means that it'll likely outrank video number 1. That's the power of publishing longer videos. Okay, let's move on to step number 2, which is to master the hook. As I said, longer videos tend to rank better because they accumulate more total watch time. But there's one big problem with this approach. You have to keep someone's attention on the internet. Fortunately, my experiments have taught me that if you can hook someone in the first 15 seconds of your video, you've hooked them for good. In fact, YouTube recommends that you focus on the first 15 seconds of your video to maximize watch time. The question is, how do you hook people in the first 15 seconds of your video? Start your video off with the PPP formula. The PPP stands for preview, proof, preview. Here's exactly how it works. First, preview what your video is all about. For example, let's say that your video outlines 10 paleo diet tips. You want to start off your video saying, in this video, you're gonna learn 10 of my favorite paleo diet tips. That's it. Next, it's time for the proof. This will make your viewers curious and want to keep watching. Next up, we have putting your exact keyword in your title. There's no question that Google and YouTube are getting smarter every day. Which means the days of keyword stuff in your video to the top of YouTube are long gone. That said, Google and YouTube both use your video's title to understand what your video is all about. So make sure to include your exact keyword once in your title. Preferably in the beginning of your title. For example, I created a video that I wanted to rank for the keyword online betting. So I made sure to include my exact keyword online betting in the beginning of the title. And that helped it rank in the top 3 for my target keyword. Okay, now it's time for ranking factor number 4, which is to say your keyword in your video. Google and YouTube can now listen to your videos even without a transcript. For example, let's say that just published a video about YouTube SEO. Then a few weeks later, you realized that the keyword SEO for YouTube is too competitive. So you go back and optimize it around a different keyword like how to rank YouTube videos. Now this sounds smart. But it's something that doesn't work as well as it used to. Why? Even though the keyword how to rank YouTube videos may be in your title, description and tags, you never said that keyword once in the video. YouTube knows this and it looks fishy. To YouTube, your video is about YouTube SEO. But all of your on-page metadata says it's about SEO for YouTube. So they won't rank you for either keyword. That's why I always make sure to actually say my target keyword in every video. There are 2 simple tactics that I use on every video to increase my video's user interaction signals. First, I add an annotation that asks people to like my video. After a lot of experimenting, I have found that this simple annotation significantly boosts the number of likes that my videos receive. At the end of my video, I also ask people to subscribe and comment, which also increases the amount of my video's user interaction signals. Another important question is, how do you maximize your click-through rate? Well, YouTube displays 3 main pieces of information in the search results: your title, your thumbnail, and a snippet of your description. Here's how to quickly optimize all 3 for click-through rate. The key with your thumbnail is simply that it stands out. That means that you want to create a custom thumbnail that looks different than the other videos that are on the first page. For your title, like I mentioned before, you want to include your target keyword once. Finally, you want to write something compelling in the first few lines of your description. Most people put a link to their website or channel here, and it's a huge mistake. Nothing looks less enticing to click on than a link to someone's website. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next informative video tomorrow.